So we use manipulatives, and we also use a method that's called the WASUT method, W-A-S-U-T. And WASUT is kind of an expansion of the Socratic method where you just ask questions. And as you ask questions, you're being sure that the questions you ask, well, you'll see, but usually it's just what next? And it's not anything that would ever suggest an answer. So we start with place value, and everything about this program is designed to increase the student's self-esteem and to do it very rapidly, because most kids, we work with primarily foster and probation youth, and their self-esteem is very low in general, but particular when it comes down to school, and particular in math. And we find that when the math self-esteem increases, that we see a lot of changes from behavior to school performance to pretty much in a lot of different areas. So we start with place value. And with place value, we start with the idea that every number is unique. And we also explain that every person is unique. And a lot of what we try to get across in math is the idea of relationships, because what happens in math relationships will also happen in people relationships. And another primary thing that we've seen is how people attack problems. And the way that they will approach a math problem will be the same way they'll approach any kind of problem in their life. And so it becomes useful on many levels. So we'll start with place value. Now, what is the name of this place? I'm asking you.
That could be many things. It's a line. It's a minus sign.
And as the name of a place, what would it be?
Noun.
Okay, what if I put a number on top of it? What would be the name of the place? Okay, what is this number?
2.
And that would be 2 what? Okay, if I went like this.
362. 3 digits.
And as a number, how would you read that number?
Okay. There's the tenths, and then the hundreds, and then the thousands.
Okay, what's the name of this place? This one right here, this place. Show me the tens place.
That's the first one. And then I'm thinking with decimals. If I put a decimal in front, so then it's the 10th, and then
put the decimal here.
10th place.
I mean, I'm sorry. Put the decimal here. Now, what's the name of this place?
I don't know.
Now, what you just experienced is exactly what they go through, but you're going to know in a minute. Okay, and I'm going to leave this for a second and come back to it because I forgot the first thing I do all the time. Show me 1.
1.
Exactly. Now show me the symbol for 1.
1.
This symbol. Okay, that right there is 1 what?
Finger.
Okay, now show me the symbol for 1. And so in that way, some people will take a little bit longer to do it and some won't. Because that's what happens so much with kids in math is they're taught the operation, but they're not taught the reality of it, right? They're only taught an abstract concept, which means math never is useful to anyone. Mm-hmm. And so that's the first thing we want to do is make sure that they know that that represents, that that's a name. You see? Mm-hmm. Okay, now, you did very good at that. We're going to go back here. Because what's really wonderful, thank you, what's really wonderful about how you're doing it is this is how everybody learns, and this is really what learning is. Learning is an experience. when we define learning in our program is based on what's called discovery learning or experiential learning theory. And the idea is that what real learning is you have an experience, you reflect on it, you form a theory about it, you apply that theory, and then you have another experience. The reason that kids get good grades in school, as I tell them all the time, is because they're good memorizers. What happens with foster and probation youth or anybody else that's having a lot of trouble is their minds are already full of other things. And so memorizing a lot of things on top of that is difficult. It's kind of like the idea of the glass being, half full, and then it's overflowing. And then you want someone to memorize 5,000 things from a U.S. history book. And it's like, I'm not going to do it, and I can't do it, So what happens here is that because everything is because you're discovering this all by yourself. Okay? So we're going to go back here. And what you're going to see is exactly what happens with them. It comes to them. Okay, so let's go back to this. So what is this the symbol for right here?
2.
And that will be 2 what?
It's the number 2. It's a symbol.
Okay, but it's 2. Okay, okay. If this is 1, this is 1 what?
Finger. 1 digit.
Do you have a question? Okay, so show me the tens place. Show me the tens place. Oh, God. Read this number.
362.
Okay. And so this is 3 what?
100.
That's right. And so the name of this place would be the
100 place.
hundreds place. And this is
6 or for 60.
uh-huh.
That's the tens place.
That's the tens place. And so this would be the
2.
and it's 2 what? That's 6 tens, 3 hundreds, and that would be 2
1s.
2 ones. And so we call that the ones place. Now that was really a great example because any kid is going to look at it differently. You see what I'm saying? And so the challenge becomes how do you figure out another question? So that at the end of the day, they know, like they said, because kids find this very, very interesting. They'll say, oh, you really helped me. I said, how did I help you? You explain. I said, what did I explain? And so at the end of the day, they have to know that every single thing that they did was something that they discovered on their own. And that's why it increases that self-esteem so rapidly. Okay, turn it off.